3, 2, 1.
You're tuned in to a one-take podcast production.
All right. What's going on, world? This your man Wood. You listening to Pay Me No Mind. Tonight's a very special episode. I've been off the mic for a minute. I don't know if you've been listening or looking, or you know what's going on. But this is somewhat of a tribute show, and then also I got a very special guest in tonight joining me on the mic, and one of my best partners. One of my we'll get into all of that later. But I got my special partner with me. We're going to get into a whole bunch of sports because I've been gone for about 4 weeks now. And obviously, we're on the cusp of college football. Bowl season is kicking off. We have the New Year's Day 6 or whatever they're calling it. NFL playoffs are heating up. We have NBA action for Christmas that's coming up. So we got quite a bit of information to get into. We're going to try to keep it to about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Thanks for rocking with us. Real quick, and not even too quick, this is the first show that I've done since the creator of One Take Podcast Nation, Bryant Meeks, better known as B Meeks to a lot of y'all that have messed with the show in the past. He's been a guest on the show before, but that's a good partner of mine. I don't know if it's been handled right previously, but on November 21st, sometime after that morning, Bryant had a brain aneurysm and passed away, and he's no longer with us. So I know a lot of you used to see a lot of traffic from B Meeks on Twitter promoting shows. I know he was constantly seeking out guests, trying to get the different guys on One Take Podcast Nation, to post your shows, to stay consistent. So, he was just a big leader. He was the cornerstone of the network. They had his funeral maybe about 3 Mondays ago. I was not able to make it, but I did send some floral arrangements, wrote a quick letter on behalf of One Take Podcast Nation. That's my man Jeff Lambert in VA, B Davenport up in Detroit, and a couple other guys that I'm forgetting that had just come in. So the other sad announcement is that with B Meeks passing away, I'm in the process of looking into a new situation. So I don't know how much longer I'll be here I'll be here, but I will try to do another couple of shows before I get on and make sure that if you're looking for me, there's a way for you to find me. But like I said, B Meeks passed away, 28 years old. He survived by 3 kids. I know he was living with his youngest daughter, with her mother. Her name's Morella. So, this is just kind of in honor of him. But moving on. And hit me up on Twitter or something at epluribuswood or at PMNM Haven. That's Pay Me No Mind Haven. Holla at me if you enjoyed Agree to Disagree, which was Bryant's B Meeks podcast. He was constantly on here about top 5 this, top 10 that, Heisman, Trophy Watch, MVP arguments. He was constantly talking about something. Wrestling and UFC, and the one awkward thing that I kind of got a smile a couple of weeks ago was that he's the only brother that I ever met that liked the Milwaukee Bucks. And about, a week and a half ago, the Bucks were the first team to put the first L in the column for the Golden State Warriors. So that, I guess it was a nod from the sports world back to B Meeks. But rest in power, my brother, and we'll keep doing this thing in your name. Right now, I want to introduce to you my man. We didn't talk about what his on-air name is going to be or anything of that, but I'm glad to have him joining the Pay Me No Mind family, so to speak. You going by Dollar Bill, William Shaw, W. Shaw, A-Hole, the Mad Host. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to introduce all of y'all to my man, Will Shaw.
Sidney Moncrief was the greatest player that ever came out of Milwaukee.
What about Big O?
Sidney Moncrief.
Lou Alcindor?
Sidney Moncrief. Drafted by them, played with them, and I only know this because my mom's boyfriend was a huge Milwaukee. Like you said, who
since the 90s.
Who likes the Milwaukee Bucks?
Since the 90s, I don't really know who's been rocking with them, but B. Meeks loved them, so out of respect, it's good to hear a name such as Sidney Moncrief on the show. That's the first mention of that. Like I said, this is a good partner of mine, man. We've been kicking it for over 15 years. One of my favorite sports minds for a very unique reason, which maybe you'll see flashes of that tonight. I'm hoping he comes back to the program in the future. Like I said, as I'm regrouping and getting set up for next year, I'm hoping he chooses to be a big part of everything that I'm trying to do. So, once again, this is your host, Wood. This is the Pay Me No Mind show. I'm on here with my man, Shaw. He's not a Twitter man yet, so I don't have a handle for you on that, but he is on Facebook. But you can get to him through me if you got something to say. You're probably going to disagree with something he says, so anyway.
Hashtag Pay Me No Mind.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what the show's all about. Hey, man, I know it's a lot, so let's catch up with a few things. Pop culture. Star Wars jumped off last Thursday. A lot of people were happy. J.J. Abrams has picked up the franchise, taking over for, George Lucas. He didn't have a lot of input on the sequels and whatnot. The movies coming after this. But The Force Awakens opened up. Excuse me. The Force Awakens actually did some of that Golden State Warrior business. I mean, they opening weekend gross was $238 million. Just totally kicked behind as far as all the other movies that dropped this weekend. Sisters, Alvin and the Chipmunks were like 2 and 3. The Hunger Games Mockingjay was in 4th, and then Creed. I know you didn't see Star Wars, Shaw. What about Creed? Is that something you might check out at some point in time?
Man, they want to talk about sports. They don't want to talk about Star Wars.
But I gotta give you a full update on what's the world of Pay Me No Mind.
Okay, you know what? Star Wars, didn't go see it. Probably.
Have you ever seen a Star Wars movie?
No.
Good, because I'll be honest with you, it's not my favorite thing. I'm not a Trekkie versus the Force guy. I'm happy if these people got they fix, but I check it out when it come out.
I did go to the grocery store and the little boy hit me with the little lightning rod,
lightsaber,
whatever it was.
Don't offend none of these Star Wars heads. But anyway, Star Wars came back to the world. I think it's a good thing as far as anything that's that iconic that's been rocking for like 30 plus years now, almost 40 years, a little over 40 years now. So
now, you know I'm politically incorrect.
That's why I'm trying to move on before you insult somebody that might have a lot of interest outside of what you get into. But we getting to you. Last night, Homeland Season 5 finale was coming on. I just found out that is a show that Shaw rocks with, man. You said you're not up on. Have you seen any of this season?
I'm season 4. No, actually season 5, episode 1. Okay.
So I'm not gonna do no spoilers for you. For anybody that checked it out, holla at me, like I said, online at PMNM Haven. I'm gonna just say that the lead up to this finale was that a bomb was planted in a train, a tunnel in Germany. Terrorists was getting ready to launch this attack, and the previous episode before the finale, it closed out with Carrie had identified one guy that she was looking for specifically. She found him at the train station. She pursued him into the tunnel. And that's where it left off with. So that's leaving me to believe there's going to be a lot of excitement in the finale. I tuned into the finale about 7 minutes past 9 Eastern time, and the bomb was already dismantled or no longer a factor.
Can we say what I said to you earlier, or we can't say that on the microphone?
Do what you got to do.
She has no respect for her vagina. She slept with 2 terrorists. She slept with Brody. Then she slept
She was
with...
in love with Brody. Not like that makes it any better. but that's what she did.
Hey, but look, the homeboy told her, listen, he's just a boy. She said,
Talking about season 4.
Season 4. Hey, look, he was like, you just gonna keep going, huh? Just.
But my man Quinn was looking at her like
he wanted her. He really wanted her.
Right. I'm trying to be that man for you and take you out of this mess that you in and give you a decent life. But he looking in the room like it don't look like no CIA business is being, no national security is being taken care of.
She tried to drown her baby.
Carrie is jacked up. You know, Carrie is one of the most disturbed characters in all of TV history. But needless to say, man, the finale for season 5, most of what I read with it, or I read about it, kind of get negative reviews because just the action wasn't there. There's a lot of lovey-dovey stuff. More vagina from Carrie to her new dude, and then her and Saul damn near wrecked Quinn, trying to get some information out of him to see where the location of the bomb was. Quinn he may not make it. The doctor said that he's probably going to have severe brain damage. So I just wonder where we are. Let me ask you this before we move on to this last intro topic. You don't know what's going on through season 5. What's your outlook for it in like season? I mean, how many seasons do you think they could squeeze out of this? 6, 7, 8? I mean, is Carrie's personality too much? How many more people can she get the vagina to? I mean, what's your outlooks on the series long term? How many more series? I mean, seasons.
This is where we're gonna digress. Cam Newton is the MVP of the NFL. If his name was Drew Brees or Tom Brady, Cam Newton is the MVP.
I'm gonna have to show Shaw a little bit about radio.
Hey, look, maybe she should give her vagina to Cam. Maybe. She ain't had nothing like Cam up in her yet. So that's gonna be a big change from my man. I can't even remember his name. Quinn.
No, not Quinn.
Brody.
Not Brody. The terrorist that you mentioned, that you just referenced.
That was Brody.
Nah, the Arabian cat. I don't remember.
Nobody knows his name.
I saw it yesterday, but anyway, I don't know where I am with Homeland. I'm right now finishing up season 3 myself, catching up, and then I have completed season 5. So it's one of my favorite shows. I think it might have maybe a maximum of 2 more years, depending on what goes on in the real world, because it kind of mirrors some of the current events in the world. So we'll see what happens. Moving on, man. Friday night was another Premier Boxing Championship card on Spike TV, and I'm bringing this up because Chris Pearson, local Dayton boxer, Floyd Mayweather fighter. The PBC card itself was actually a Floyd Mayweather or Mayweather Promotions card. I think he had a couple of different boxers on there, but one in particular that I was keeping an eye on was Chris Pearson. He fought at 154. The host had me screwed up because he kept referring to 154 as super welterweight, and there is no super welterweight. There's junior middleweight at 154, then middleweight at 160. But anyway, Chris fought at 154. You didn't see the fight, did you, Shaw? That he took his first loss of his professional career to Eric Walker Jr. Eric Walker just outworked him, man. He landed 250 punches